Alright guys, welcome back. We are now on part 5 of Mega Man 04. When we last left off, we had defeated the 4th Maverick, or 4th Reploid under a while, beat up Kraft, who then kidnapped Neige. We rescued Neige, and now we need to go and beat up the other 4 of the enemy robots. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go after the big dumb Minotaur, Technomagus. The weather is favorable, so let's go ahead and just get there. Also, inside this area actually has a item, or has an enemy part that we want to get in order to get our next, in order to make our next recipe. So, of course, being that I only have 1 life left, we'll see what happens. So the trick with Technomagus, since we are in, since the weather condition is electrical storm, there are these magnetic zones in the background that change your, basically change your polarity. Like right now, it's low jump height, whereas the first one was high jump height. And now we have another high jump height one. Now, favorable weather conditions are not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes they work to your advantage. Mostly, they're kind of just indifferent. No, whatever. Leave it alone. Alright, so the weather conditions only take effect outside. The inside is completely unchanged from the, whether the weather conditions are favorable or not. Now, we have magnets. So the magnets are fun because magnets attract and repel each other, you know, just like real magnets. So of course, since I'm in a red magnet in a blue section, I have no jump height whatsoever. And there's something up there that I probably want to be getting. Now, the magnetization only lasts for a period of time. After a little bit, after a bit of time, it wears off and you're back to normal. The magnetic floor only affects you if you are currently magnetized. And we just died. Because I'm spending too much time being cute and not actually getting through the level. Alright. Let's try this again. Nope. Alright, that didn't quite work. That did not work at all. We'll leave this stage for a little bit later, actually. We can always come back there with a better elf configuration. Let's instead go to the deep sea. Alright, so this is a timed mission. The only difference between favorable and unfavorable weather conditions, I believe, is the amount of time you have, which is actually more than enough time. Pretty much, you just want to go down to the right. This is actually going the right way. As long as you don't get into a dead end, you're going the right way. And that's it. And now we get a boss. It's an ice dragon! Oh, look, we have... Oh. We have a fire technique. Get off me. Yeah. It really doesn't take too much to kill it. Alright, now this place is basically just one gigantic loop. Basically, it's the same staircase repeated over and over again. There are no little hidden areas or anything like that. So just keep following the path. There is a Mecha up here if you want to farm some guys. And you actually do need the Mecha in order to get another item, in order to get the remaining energy. E-tanks, or sub-tanks. So, but that's pretty much it. Boss time! Oh, look. It's one of Phantom's men. Alright, so... he likes to teleport, because he's annoying. And of course, being an ice boss, his room is full of ice. Ow. That was really bad. Whatever, he's dead. As soon as I hit him one more time. There we go. Alright, so for defeating Tech Kraken, we get his EX skill, which is an ice... It's basically an ice javelin. Well, that's what it's called, ice javelin. But basically it fires a spear of ice forward. So we'll go ahead and... So I'll go ahead and demonstrate it. It's actually really useful against Pegasolta Eclair. But, as you can see, fires a giant ice javelin. Alright, so let's see. Do we have enough E-crystals now? No, we do not. Fine, let's go ahead and... Actually, there we go. Alright. Alright, one other thing we can now, in order to get the other two E-tanks, we need to forge a certain item through Servo. So let's go ahead and item recipe. What we need is, let's see, we need 1 Vital, 1 Certanium, 1 Mecha-Mason, and 1 V-Fire. And that gives us the S-Crystal. Unfortunately, we don't have enough. We need to get another Vital and another Certanium in order to make a second one. But basically, we give this to one of our fellow resistance members. I think it's this one? Yeah. So there's one. So we're going to go ahead and make a quick pit stop over at... let's go ahead and make a quick pit stop over at the particle beam so we can get another Vital and another Certanium in the cannon section. That way we can get a second S-Crystal and a second, and the 4th sub-tank. Oh, whoops. There we go. Subtanks are significantly easier to get in this game than they were in the first couple Mega Man Zero games. For one, you don't have to sacrifice any elves to get them. And since we're not here on official mission, we can actually max out the elf if we want to. Just make sure to turn it back before you actually go on to the next mission. Oh wait, this thing's fire, so ice is really not going to do anything. I need thunder. No, friggin'... these flame tornadoes take way too long. Now, in case you're wondering, since I've fought both a fire and a fire and a ice dragon, yes, there is a lightning dragon who shows up later in the game. Now that we have double jump, it is very easy to get the Certanium. Now all I need to do is just find another Vital. Oh, there's a farmable one. Oh, we got this one here. Alright, we got what we need, so let's go ahead and escape out. Give me my S-Crystal. Now, the S-Crystal is used in one other recipe, and that is to get the junk armor, which, when combined with the other junk pieces, basically doubles your attack power, but also halves your defense. So you gotta be careful about that. Now, I'm not actually trying to get everything, I'm just trying to get the basically what I consider the best items are, which is double jump, rolling armor, and the double jump, rolling armor, and the quick charge helmet, and also auto recover. We'll go ahead and change the weather here. Let's go and fight this guy. Pegasolta stage is windy, so as a result, the wind is going to blow you around, and it's going to make things really awkward for maneuvering. Now, you can go up here to bypass these areas, but then you miss the acid rain generators, which will cause you to lose mission. However, you should still go above them just because there are items hidden above. I believe there are 4 acid rain generators throughout the stage. Now, there is a foot part you can get... Oh, whoops. There is a foot part you can get called the Spike Foot that will prevent you from getting blown around by the wind, but only while you're standing on the ground. If you are in the air, then you don't get it. As you might imagine, this weapon makes the Pegasolta Eclair fight extremely trivial. Because Pegasolta Eclair is a flying dude, and this is an ice attack that can hit him from just about anywhere on the screen. Oh yeah, and there are spikes, because why wouldn't there be spikes in a hazard stage? But, of course, this is why we got double jump. There's Pegasolta's Ceratanium. Alright, let's go get the last generator. And preferably not die in the process. Remember what I said about the Thunder Dragon? Yeah, that's its breath weapon. There we go. Alright. Thunder Dragon down. Alright, there should be one more. There it is. I know there's something up there, I just can't remember what. Oh wait, I can freeze this to get up here. There we go. Alright, extra E-crystals to evolve the elf. That's not a waste of time. Because the elf actually gets pretty darn ridiculous once you get it up to max level. No! Or I can just fall in the pit and die. Almost had it. Alright, anyway. Let's try this again. Well, this will allow me to recollect all this stuff. And spike myself, because blind jumping is the way to play this game. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. Alright. Now that that embarrassment is done with, let's get to the next area. Preferably without dying multiple times now. And Ice Dragon, here we go. Now the good thing about the Ice Javelin is that it has a very large hit area. So even if the initial part of it misses the enemy, as long as part of the enemy touches it, it's still going to hurt them. Alright, so no blind jumping off of that platform. Crap. Bad. Because wind and moving platforms Well, I mean, I guess as long as it's not disappearing, reappearing blocks or something. And there's the last generator. Boss time. Switching back to Buster so that we can just blast him with ice. Yeah, he's a vain little jerk. Fortunately, oh yeah, he also likes to dodge because he is a jerk. Now, in case you're wondering what those little spikes do that he keeps dropping out, is if both of them land on the platform, it'll bring a arc of a current between them, which can damage you. But generally speaking, he usually throws them in such a way that they fly off the platform anyway, or you're nowhere near them when they actually connect. So it's not an attack you really need to worry about. And now we have the Thunder Stab, which is basically a dashing strike. Alright, so we'll go ahead and turn that on. So, basically, dashing stab. Not really useful. The enemies who are weak against it, there's no real good way to hit them with it without taking damage yourself. Because it's only effective against fire bosses. But, I mean, it's an EX skill. It's useful for clearing out grunts. Especially if you don't have the rolling armor. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and save here. I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we will continue with the last two enemy Mavericks. See you guys in a little bit.